Good evening, welcome back to Your Mind, our favorite night show, Socialaddict. My name is Lolo, and today's show will have a very special guest. She's an expert in society manners and has done many studies about human behavior and specializes in human history. Mrs. Lorena, welcome. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I'm very pleased to share with you in Socialaddict, and which honestly is my favorite program nowadays. I'm a bit nervous actually. Oh, thank you. We are very happy to have you, and thank you for accepting our invitation. Oh no, my pleasure. Well, let's start. Today's topic is very important and concerning because it affects worldwide, and I'm talking about nuclear weapons, which have caused much damage in many countries, especially those that have been involved in a war with other countries. So Lorena, as far as I know, you have been working with the United Nations and to abolish the use of the nuclear weapons in the world. So tell us a bit about the United Nations. What is the United Nations, and tell us what do they stand for? Sure. Well, first, you're right. I've been working with the United Nations for almost 3 years, and we're making a lot of effort to get more countries to sign up the treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons, as we call it. The United Nations is an international organization founded in 1945 after the Second World War by 51 countries committed to maintain international peace and security at that moment. We stand for developing friendly relations among nations and promoting social progress, better living standards, and human rights. We also aim to be a center of harmonizing the actions of nations to achieve these goals. Wow, that's very interesting and such a challenge as well. So, Lorena, I know nuclear weapons are a very known topic in the world. Almost every person knows about this, but however, there could be some people that is not too informed, and I would like to share more information with our audience to get more context about today's topic. So since you are an expert, could you please give us more information about nuclear weapons, please? Absolutely, sure. Well, nuclear weapons are the most dangerous weapons on Earth. One can destroy a whole city, potentially killing millions and jeopardizing the natural environment and lives of future generations through its long-term catastrophic effects. Since 1945, countries such as United States, Soviet Union, United Kingdom, France, and China have been experimenting and exploding nuclear weapons. There are other countries that never recognize publicly possession of nuclear weapons, and among those India, Israel, and Iraq. Today, the world's nuclear armed states possess a combined total of more than 13,000 nuclear warheads. And unfortunately, these weapons have only been used twice in warfare, but our aim is to avoid this happening again. You know, these weapons are extremely damaging and for peace in the world. All this information is really nutritious and complements our audience knowledge, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Lorena. I also did a bit of research about the United Nations labor and discovered that you guys have assigned an international day for the total elimination of nuclear weapons. It sounds very important, so tell us about it, please. Yes, as a global movement, we had many triumphs and defeats, and it's very sad when frustration increases because of the slow pace of nuclear disarmament. That is why the General Assembly commemorates the 26th of September as the International Day for the total elimination of nuclear weapons. This day provides an occasion for the world to reaffirm its commitment to global nuclear disarmament as a priority. It provides an opportunity to educate the public about the benefits of eliminating such weapons and the social and economic cost of perpetuating them. It is a day to address one of the humanity greatest challenges, achieving the peace and security of a world without nuclear weapons. This day has been celebrated since 2014 and for enhancing the public awareness and education about this problem. Well, definitely we have to take good care of this problem, naturally.
Yeah, it's very
Only recalling the 213,000 people who died immediately in the assault of Hiroshima and Nagasaki is very nostalgic. Thank you for keeping your beautiful labor. It is very refreshing to know that nowadays we count with the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, because I know that this sets prohibitions about participating in any nuclear weapons activities. Do you know what countries signed up to this treaty? Yes, there are 56 countries that have signed up to the treaty. Among those, Niger, Malta, Mozambique, Sudan, Trinidad and Tobago, Cambodia, Angola, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Vietnam, Nicaragua, Thailand, South Africa, and more. Actually, there is a recent good news about this. Norway became the first NATO state with a nuclear weapon complicit that participates at the first meeting of a states party of the treaty. This move breaks the hard line against the treaty and that NATO had sought to exert on these member states and open the doors for others to the alliance to follow suit. Wow, that is amazing. I guess that had to do with the recent elections of the new government that actually advocates of nuclear disarmament. Yes, this helps to catch more attention from the international community, and we expect more countries to give the opportunity to the treaty on the nuclear prohibition on the prohibition of nuclear weapons. Absolutely. Now, it is really good news that all these countries you have mentioned signed up the treaty, but what about the others? Do you know there have not been recent expulsions of this type of weapons? Does that mean that they are not being manufactured anymore? Well, I would love to say yes, but no. Unfortunately, some countries keep working on them and keep trying to improve or increase their capacity. In July, it came to light that China is expanding its nuclear capabilities to store and launch nuclear missiles, according to the US scientists, and it will be the second new silo field reported to be under construction in western China in recent months. China is one of those countries that has so far not taken any part in arms control negotiations, and it is aiming to double the amount of stockpile that they have until 2020, and at that moment was 200 warheads. There was also a report in the Financial Times newspaper saying that US intelligence was caught by surprise. They realized that China tested a nuclear capable hypersonic missile early this year. China denies it and says that it was a routine spacecraft check. In any case, it is reported that these missiles can fly in the upper atmosphere and more than 5 times the speed of sound. So definitely the concern around China's nuclear capabilities has been growing. As you all can notice, the scene is very concerning, and that's why we keep working hard for the prohibition of this type of weapon. Definitely, for me, the problem with these countries is that they continue to develop new weapon systems, claiming that it's for self-defense matters. So they say they want to be prepared for a possible war. This is a reminder that the world is in a constant war. Basically, countries are against others. There are defensive the whole world time. They are on defensive the whole time, being prepared to be attacked and to return that attack. Yes, there are many hidden intentions in this eagerness to have nuclear weapons. I have a hypothesis. Actually, they do it for fear, for enhancing the country's bully potential or countering another country's bully potential and prestige. it is an ego that they want to grow. That is the problem. There's no union. That's why we are always in a war. That how they call it nowadays, the Cold War. Yeah. Yes, we need to be careful with this. There are countries such as Pakistan, Russia, United Kingdom, United States, France that publicly display their disposition to use nuclear weapons.
Definitely.
I mean, they don't care if it is nuclear or non-nuclear state. They say that in case of invasion or other
Definitely.
attack against their territory or against their allies, they will just use
Definitely.
them. No doubts. It is demanding to continue working for more countries to sign up to the treaty against the nuclear weapons. It is needed to work for the community of the world, basically. Absolutely, Lorena. Unfortunately, our time has finished, and I thank you a lot for accepting our invitation. I hope to have you here soon. Anytime. It has been a great experience sharing with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I really
so much.
appreciate. Okay, my dear social addicts, thank you so much for watching this broadcast. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good night.